Good morning, students. Today we will see a new topic about service-oriented architecture. So, in previous sessions, we have seen the service-oriented architecture. We discussed its working process also. Today, I will show you what are the things we have been discussed earlier and what we covered also. And we will cover here means what it is a service-oriented architecture consists of here is we will mainly discuss about the REST service software architecture here. So why we are using this representational state transfer here is it is mainly helps in processing our data or connecting to the any application through these interaction. REST acts as an interaction between these connection of that is users and applications what they are using. Apart from this, we will see some examples of how these services are specified. That means what are the services we are using and what are the web services we are providing. In that, we will see what is the protocol stack we are using and what are the what is the architecture we are using for processing our data in enterprise multi-tier one, and we will cover these grid services and open grid software architecture also been specified here, which has been means all these things are earlier discussed in the first unit. We means that is only for the introduction. Here we will see the clear representations of the things here. Before going to the rest or any type of the representations which is given on these software oriented architecture, first we will see what is a software oriented architecture. So first we should know why we are using this software oriented architecture here. So the software oriented architecture is nothing but it will say or it will guide us how to design a software system here. So here why we are designing a software system, we are availing the services here. So the availing the services will be for new applications what we are designing in the future or at present we design, and then legacy applications which has been designed earlier. So what they are doing is they want to access the services of these applications through interfaces. So here what it is doing, service oriented architecture is specifying that apart from usage of any type of environment or any type of the thing, this service oriented architecture will provide a distributed environment which is providing accessing of the services of means from any platform or any environment it is specified. So likewise, when you are dealing with this service-oriented architecture, it is distributed. Means the type of the system what it is supported here is the distributed environment here, and also it is specifying and also characterizing based on the World Wide Web Consortium. So W3C defines a service-oriented architecture must be have to have the following properties. Means whatever the architecture you are designing, why we are designing in a cloud or why we are designing any network or any representation in this means concepts, why we are using, we need to provide the services to be available with others. So that is whatever the architecture you are designing should be only concentrates on the should be only specifies the services only. Means it is not designed based on the infrastructure what you are using or the providers or any users, or for what you have designed this one to provide a service. So whatever the service you are providing, what you have to do, you need to take the service as a concept here. So you have to design a architecture which should be for a totally works on the service only. So what are the characteristics or the properties defined for this SOA by W3CR? Logical view, message orientation, description orientation. In this description orientation, we have granularity, network orientation, and platform neutral. So logical view. So logical view means here we are taking SOA is an abstracted one. So abstracted one means here there is no need to know about your actual programs or the databases or anything. So here what it is specifying is you need to know about the input, you need to know about the output. That's all. The internal working process or anything should not be known to the user. So there is no any importance to that one. So for what I am availing the service to process the thing, I am having one program from others. So what is the aim of that program here is I am giving the program an input. It has to test for the prime number or not. So I given that is a 7. So what are the output will be? 7 is a prime number. So I should know what are the inputs for that one, what are the outputs for that one. And there is no need to know of these actual programs, how it is storing on the databases or any internal operations not to be known for that one. So how these service will be formed then? So I need to raise a request here. I need to raise a request or need to pass or I need to send the messages to these providers here. So whenever we want to avail the service, we need to raise a request and have to pass this to this provider. So how come these people will interact with others means they will interact with the message passing. So the messages will be exchanged between the provider agents and also the requested agents here. And coming to the message orientation, so we are dealing with the messaging exchange here. So that's why what we have to do here is we need to take we need to provide the service what you are constructed the service what you are how far you are constructed, it is not known to the users here. Means here why we are taking these things means we need to avoid the knowledge of these internal structures of an agent, because they need not to know here, they need not to know how they are processing, how they are doing is not the important thing. Internal structure, knowing internal structure is not an important thing. Why? Because here is we are using or we are developing many applications. We have been installed many application on this cloud environment. So in this cloud environment, if we are choosing many applications to be available with the user, and the user comes to know about your architectures and the things what you are using in that one, then they will develop their local applications, they will use their things these things in other presentations also. So forward what we need to do, we need to avoid, what you have to do here is there is a what you call, there should be a discipline here. So what is the discipline here is an agent or an user, or you can specify an end user also, organization also. There is no need to know whether this is the thing, how it is being constructed, how the service has been constructed, how these things has been constructed. You not to know how this service constructed. What is this? So service constructed means to make available a service, we need several things to that. So for what? You need to take these software as a service. When you are taking software as a service, what you will do? You will be able to access the developed application only. So you will be able to access the developer application means there is no era of considering the, different things is not the main representation here. What we need to do for the developed things also, what you need to deploy the library files, you need to use the another files, any example files will be there, bin is there, and then next how these things are stored, storage purposes will be there. To support that one, infrastructure has to be there, all these things, middleware, all these things has to be considered. These are all not visible to us, but they are being means underneath they are working on that thing. What will be visible to us means, so the developed application interface. By using that one, you will be able to access the that application, and then next you will make many programs to be executed. You will deploy your projects, all these things. But coming to these infrastructure as a service, there is a that is you will be able to access some of these architecture means constructs here. So what can be we access here? The runtime environment is there. So before going to that representation, you have the interface here, runtime environment, storage spaces. You will develop your own versions. All these things will come into an account. To provide this type of the service, it has to allow you to access some of the constructs of your of that architecture, and not the infrastructure there, because you are not taking you are taking platform as a service only. So the runtime environments only provided to you, and many applications will be with you access, and without copyright violation you will take all these things to be available, and you can develop the open source of your versions, all these things. And coming to the infrastructure as a service, what you are doing, you will be able to access all the things what you are proposing, and underneath what you are having, you will be able to access the data center values, and there is some limitations to you when you are dealing with that one. The cloud provider will decide what you are accessing. That's why we need to know what the service we are availing. That's all. How the service has been designed, what are the things has been used for designing this service. It's not to be known for any others. So that's why what you have to do is nothing but we need to avoid the knowledge of any internal structure, the agent or any corporate or any software, because we need to take only the service here, not the things what it is used for developing it. And coming to the third one, description orientation. So here why we are taking this one is we the message orientation means it is completely concentrating on the internal structure. Logical view means the you need to know about only the the abstraction of your actual programs, not the abstraction, that is the data hiding policy is there. So here in the description orientation, we need to take these metadata. So what are the support things we are using in this SOA? So here we need to include some descriptions to our processings or to our things. So if you are providing any service or anything, yeah, apart from providing the service, we need to provide a metadata about the thing. So what is the metadata here is, we need to take some documented copy, or we need to provide some description about these things to be available when we are dealing with this one. So here what is the documented copy here is, when we are dealing with that one, sometimes when placing a means arrow on the link or anything, what you are getting, some documented will be there, some little description will be there. So what it is specifying, it is specifying that this will be this is designed for this purpose, like that it is specified. So here we need to take the semantics of the service should be documented. Semantics means meaning what is the service, what it is the application. One application have been availed. So application is been availed by you. Okay, you have been subscribed to that service or application. To give means an overview about that thing, how we are going to going to know about that is, we need to give a little bit documentation about this one. So directly or indirectly, directly or indirectly means we need to present a comment or that one, or we need to present a hyperlink to that one. When you are placing on this thing at here, what it is doing, it is allowing the others to know this is represented like this. In that, how it is going to present these description here is, it is taking the granularity. So here how are we executing the services is, we need to execute the services by use of normal or the simple operations here, which are related to the large or the complex messages. Means we are not using a big operations or the big executions here. We are using the services or the tend to use these services by small number of operations only. And coming to the next one, network orientation. So here the service, to avail the service we need to take network to be available. So the network should be available to that is avail the service. So the use of the network has to be specified here. And then platform neutral. Why it is the platform neutral is we need to develop our applications on the standardized format. We are not taking any platform based one, we are not taking anything as a base one, because all the things are used on the platform means people won't be easily accessed. In the previous session we have seen when you are giving the data to the cloud, so how your data lock-in problem is there. Why we are getting the data lock-in problem here? We are giving the application to the cloud and it is providing and it is taking the data also. The environment what we are using in the cloud will be different and the environment what we are using in our own system will be different. So that is what we are entering into the virtual environment. When we are entering into the virtual environment, the data values or the data things or the codes what we are chasing will be differ or the will be changed. So it won't support our own environment. To eradicate or to avoid this, what we need to do here is we need to take that should be in a standardized format. So that won't depends upon any platform. Any user has to use this code. It would be platform independent. So that's why we will take the binary translation or the bytecode. All these examples will be there when you are dealing with one. So likewise, what we are doing is we are taking XML as a format to take these constraint here. So we are providing XML, and then next we are taking these. We are allowing to take the access of the XML also to these Java or JSON or any Web 2.0 services what it is providing. So apart from this, so before going to that REST API, I will show you one representation. So see here, what are the service oriented or the names? It has four such properties. Along from that is a logical view, and then next logical view means what it is specified outcome, means it won't accept or it won't design or it won't concentrate on the others. For what it has been designed should be specified. And self-contained one, so it should contain its own data and it should not be depends upon the others representations. And also it needs to take black box representation. What is the black box representation here is what I said here. The user has to know about the inputs and the outputs, that's all. There is no need to take the that is worrying about the what is the internal structure. So I am giving the input to that application, it is processing the output. How it is processing, it's not to be known to you, because it is not the work of your consumers. So here what it is doing, it should be avoid, that is the knowledge should not be known by these consumers. So what are the inner workings of these services? So the knowledge of the inner workings should not be known for these consumers. And also take these underlying services into an account when we are dealing with this one. So what are the service providers will do is it will raise the request, and then the service provider will make this service available and give it as the response. So I am showing you one example here. So in this previous sessions we have seen this one. So what we are taking, I want to take a decision. I want to take a decision how these SOA has been designed is. So we not take the any raw data to presentations here. We are taking the raw data and we are converting into the data to the information and then knowledge and then wisdom. From that wisdom I am able to take the decisions what I have to perform here. Okay. So coming to the next representation. So here if you remember this diagram, I'm using different representations here. Here we are using assess and then next filter service and then next service here. And also we are having the cloud filter, all these things will be provided. So first we will take the data. In this data we need to take the filter service into an account. So we need to take only the original data or the data which we are useful for that one. From this filter service, we are taking the original information or the knowledge you can specify. So this filter cloud will take the information to that one, and it is being passed to the inter service messages. That is a portal from where you want to get that one. So I want to go here. I am processing the data. I will get the information from this filter cloud here. So what this will represent is what the next step I want to take here. What the thing I have to perform will be done here. So that's why what it is doing, it is taking sensor services and then next filter service and also filter clouds, discovery clouds, compute cloud, storage cloud, are also using several devices to connect and to process the data, satellites, and then next databases. All these things has been used when you are dealing that one. Grids also has been used here. This is the grid format now. When you are dealing with all these things, it is a problem. So I want to take the decision. I want to take the decision means on which way I have to take. I need to concentrate on the service only. I need to concentrate on the my own wisdom or the data only. So that's why what we are doing, we are taking into the available all these things to processing. So here before so this is the representations what we are using here. So coming to this REST API, why we are using to the REST API here is, what is the SOA is doing? Service or oriented architecture. This service oriented architecture is like developing a architecture style on large scale distributed systems here. So the large scale distributed systems are particularly called as the REST here. REST means representational state transfer. So here we are doing representational state transfer here is, it is using in here we will see what are the things which we has been using here. So sorry ma'am, it is using 5 such things to place the APIs or to place a request or to process a request. So first thing, first how many clients or the how the clients are represented here or the, so here we are using all users means they are all existing, and then we are allowing the new user also, and then we are allowing a user which is who wants to update its one. So for all these things, if you see, it is using different types of the methods here. So to get the users or the any representations, to get all users, it is using get function or the get method. So to take the new user into an account, it has to create a new record for this one. So for that one, what it is doing, it is using the post and patch. Patch has been used for modifying or updating the existing data. Get is used for getting the means details from the data. Post is for adding a new record or the you can say adding a new user, and the patch is used for updations or modification. Apart from this, we use another two, that is the put and then delete. Put is updating or replace, means here we are modifying. Here we are modifying means we are taking the new data non into the not account, not that one. So we are taking applications to be means modified by these data elements. What we are doing is we are replacing an user or we are replacing the data with the other. So those two are little bit different when you are compared. So first what it will do, the REST API will take the requests from clients by using HTTP protocols, because the REST API is not a protocol here. So what you can say here is the REST API can be specified as a service only. To avail the service of that one, we are using the HTTP protocol here. So we won't use we won't say that REST is here, that is a protocol here. So why we are using this thing, why we are processing, why we are using this type of structures or the REST, why we need this REST architectural style here. So in previous session, I explained one a little example with while accessing the information on the Google. So what we are doing there, So I shown the number of steps here. So how I am going to process here, how I am going to take this into an account here. So the first thing what we are doing, we are selecting an API, okay, or we are selecting an search engine, okay. First thing. Second thing what we are doing there, second thing is we need to go for this search engine. So the search engine or the anything, if we are using the API, then there is no need to go for the search engine or anything. So what we need to do, we need to go for the Google, that is we need to take the URL into an account. So if you forgot that thing, again I am remembering this one, right one. So I've been using this one. So there is no need to open, or there is no need to consider that what we say, that is the API or the search engine here. So I already opened a search engine. So the first one. So there I need to search for a thing. What I have to do, I need to go for a Google. So I need to go for the Google. So I click on that Google. So what I have entered, so I'm using a hyperlink representation, that is a shortcut has been used what is the web page here. But what I have to do here, I need to paste the URL. So after pasting the URL, then I need to get the data, that is service oriented architecture. Okay, service oriented architecture. I want to know about the service oriented architecture. So I don't know what is the service oriented architecture, and I want to take these many researches on that one. I want to get the data about this service oriented architecture. So whenever you don't know about this service oriented architecture, so there is no resource to be known to you. So for what I will do, so I will take these first thing as a representation, it is Wikipedia. Okay, so here Wikipedia will be chosen as a resource. So to get into the service oriented architecture Wikipedia, what I have done here, so the number of steps here will has to be read. So the first step here is taken search engine. So okay, after that what I am doing, I am typing URL. Next one, after typing the URL, I am entering into the Google page. In that Google page, I am giving my request or query or anything. Okay, request or query or any representation will be given here. So after that, what it is doing, it is redirecting. To where it is redirecting? It is redirecting to hyperlinks. Why I have said this as a hyperlinks, in the previous class also I explained this thing. So to know about this service oriented architecture, what I have to do, I need to go for the wikipedia.org, and then I go for the wiki, and then I need to take the service oriented architecture. So what I am doing, I am that is I am not taking this thing to be available. So what I am doing, I am simply allowing these things, service oriented architecture, and I am clicking on this Wikipedia. So when I am clicking on this Wikipedia, what it is doing, it is allowing me to take, or the to redirect to this one. So that's why what it is doing, it is making the things to be available directly here. So in previous examples, as I have shown you that there could be some explanation or the description here. So I don't know what is the software design. So I want to know about the software design. So how I am going to know? Again, going to this, that is what we call Google, and we are searching for the software design. There is no such purpose. So in this Wikipedia also, not only in the Wikipedia, in some other applications also, we have seen whether the things are not understandable to you or the new to you, they will give some information about that thing. So here when I placing this one, it is highlighting some window based one. It is not the complete information, it is only the partial information. So what is the software design? It has been given some explanation to that one. I want to know this one completely. I want to know this one completely. What I have done, just I clicked on that one. So what that particular process has been done is it has been redirected to software design. In the previous session, what I am doing, I am at the software design, software oriented architecture. Now it is being. I'm coming to next one. What is this communication protocol? I don't know what it is. So again, so if you see these things, what it is doing, it is allowing to make these things to be available with you by using hyperlinks, by using the hyperlinks here. So I want to know about the Web 2.0. So there is no need to scroll this one. There is no need to any representations to be done by you. What it is doing, it is simply allowing to access F2 anyway. And also it is providing several numbers here. Why it is doing several numbers here is it has been used or it has been proposed by these persons in their articles. Okay. So if I want to go for these home, okay, I will go for that home representations. You want to edit that one, any information, it is allowing to edit also. So whatever I have done has been read by my that is protocol. What the protocol I am using? HTTPS protocol I am using. So I don't want to know about this thing. Means what the work done by me, what the things done by me, what the states have been used by me, no, should not be known to this server. So the HTTPS server should not know what the things done by me. So then what I have to do here? There lies a new concept called we are using REST API. So what it is doing? It is allowing an user, you will connect you can connect the clients to the database directly, because HTTP protocol allows you take the database concepts here. But what it is doing, it is allowing the takes that is API should be there. So what the advantage of these API here is, it is allowing the user to access their data and then next to process their processings by making their interactions as a stateless. In previous sessions, I said stateful and stateless. Stateful means whatever the thing you have been performed in your protocol, using your protocol will be recorded or will be kept by the server. The information will be with the server. Here, why we are using REST API? We are using whether to not to take your logs or not to take these your data, whatever the things you have been performed on this protocol should not be saved by your server. Then there lies we are using the REST API or the REST you can say architecture, or you can say REST means not a protocol, API representations, all these things, the REST services also. So coming to these REST API, it is having 5 such methods here: get, put, patch, post, delete. Get means reading from the database, put means replacing, patch means modifying, post means creating a new record, deleting means as usual deleting from the database here. Apart from this, we are having one simple example here. I'm taking the privilege of this example to explain you what the services will be intended to make you available. So here I'm taking multiple services to be available with you, but what will be the privilege of accessing the service to these vendors or the users, and how far you will specify, how far you will have the permissions to access that resources here. So here the example is pizza as a service. So I am taking 3 different services here: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. And I am also taking another representation here is I am performing my own work on my premises. On my premises means which is at home. Okay. So here how I am going to do, how I am going to process here is, so these are taken as the resources or as the things which has been used for to make my service available. So what is the service here is this one. I want to make a pizza. So how I am going to take these things to be done based on the service here available is, So I have taken the traditional on premises. Traditional means you have your own softwares, you have your own operating systems, and you don't have to go for any virtual environment. Whatever the thing will be done by you only on your own systems. So likewise, what we are doing to complete your work, we need to take a pizza dough and then next sauce, toppings, cheese. These are the ingredients. These are the ingredients. And what you are doing here is these are the things, these are the resources essential for preparing the pizza. And these are the thing, this thing is used for as a another resource for your available is if it is available or not, it's not a problem. You will be having your own pizza there. And where you are getting the service be available, the pizza be available is on your dining table, means on your system or your means on your working environment you will be seeing. So the last five are the last four are represented as ingredients, and these are considered specified as there could be important for that processing. So when you are having your ingredients with you, then you will be available, or then will be uh, access your processing your data by using any of these options. You won't use these three as at a same time. You will use any environment present with you, means any environment has to only one environment will be accessible here. So likewise, when you are dealing with your maid at home, these things will be handled by you. You will decide what could be the dough or any sauce or anything. You will decide all these things where you want to execute, or these things will be decided. And the next, infrastructure as a service means to prepare your pizza, you need these all these things here. You have oven, you have the oven, that is you have the one environment to run your program, but there is no any particular thing which has been essential for processing. What will be the important one for that one is, so you won't be process all these things. That's why what it is doing is it is making the things to be under control of the vendor. So he will decide what could be the dough and what could be the sauce, what are the toppings, what will be the cheese. Means here you have the possibility of deciding all these things. Here you won't have the possibility of the deciding. What you will do here is he will give you, and what you will do is you will use that things and prepare these that is pizza on based on any environment. Means it is providing the applications or any deployment areas, any middlewares or anything. What it is providing all the things to you, it is giving all the things to you, but the things will be decided by this that is vendor here. Okay. And then next what is this one here is take and bake. Means there is no need to prepare all these things. The essentials won't be means have to prepare, because if you want to prepare all these things, the time waste will be there. So take and bake means you need to avail the service, you need to pay. You will pay for that thing, and it will allow you to take to your home, means on your computer. And then next, it is allowing the different environments to be accessed. You will choose any environment and you have the benefit of that one. And then that is platform as a service here. The platform as a service here is you order for that one. You ordered for that one means there it has been cooked, or it has been processed by others. Has been processed by others, and you will decide where to means deliver or where to access, like this will be done. So the essentials for preparing and the environment where you process will be fixed. Okay. So what it is doing is it is allowing the others to take this platform to be available with you, and you take the decisions that in which environment I am executing, or because it is providing these three environments which are the fixed one. Here these are not the fixed one. You will decide where I have to bake this thing. So here I don't have the choice here. It has been fixed the environment. So the applications which are possibly supported, or the things which has been tested for that one, it has been that is supported to that environment will be executed in that environment only. And coming to here, last one is dined out. Means you will go for the another place which is not in your control. Anything, if you see whatever it is, that they don't have any control here. So dining table means what are the things, where you are to sit, or what is the processing you will see. You don't have the processing here. When you are, if you say that I will reserve, so when you will reserve, if your representation, or if your choosing one is empty only, you will have the reservation there. So what you will reserve a table. The reserve table will be given by the hotel or anything, and you want to take the soda with the available, what means you won't take the choices here. So what will they give, what it is doing, it is making available with you, that's all. You don't have any options, or you don't have any choices there. Whatever done by them has to be used by you, that's all. Means you will eat, or you will won't eat, or you will throw it, all that's all. Means the software has been designed by that purpose only. Means what you have to do, it will have the some applications or some works to be already previously done. So you will have the privilege of accessing that only. So if you want to access, or if you want to add something to your any application, or any thing what you are using, it won't allow you to make these decisions done by you, because you are just availing the service by paying it. You are availing the service, and there is no option of choosing this thing, because it has been developed earlier. So that is a example here. So here, by this you will come to know some representations for what is this services here design. So here, why we are using this is the service has to be the main thing. Means you are working on the service oriented architecture, so we need to concentrate on the service what we are providing to them. So it not to do, or the not to provide the other things to them. So here, by that, the basic point of the base of your service. Likewise, you will allow the others to avail that service, how far they will avail, or what are the privileges you will give to them. So what are in the blue color means the privileges you can access like that, or you can change, or you can manage. If it is on the green color, then you won't be have the access to that thing or anything. Whatever the done by the providers has to be, or the vendors has to be used by you. I hope you got some point uh, regarding these services availing and then processing here. And coming to the next representation, that is a REST and the systems of the systems. So as far as said, REST is used for the architecture style, which is used for the distributed systems. And the next, it is taking the distributed systems, that is the mainly the World Wide Web to be available. So what it is taking is, it is taking to be used, this API to be used by these companies, that is enterprises such as Google, Amazon, Yahoo, and these things are present. And coming to this one, why we are using these things here is, in previous sessions I has been previous slides have been explained that the REST API is allowing the users to take these benefit of taking the stateless interactions. So what it is doing, it is not depends upon the conversation, or it depends upon anything. What it is doing, there is no any monitoring on your data field. So what you are requesting is, there is no any monitoring there. What you are requested, it will be processed and it will be given to you. So monitoring means the request is being processed or not, it will be seen only, but what you are doing, all these things will not be stored on the server side. So here in this example, what you are having, there is a client and then server. What is the client is the HTTP REST client, and HTTP REST server is there. So here we are not taking HTTP REST server. HTTP server is there, the REST aware application will be with the HTTP server there. So what it is doing in this example, if you see, this was been introduced by the Roy Thomas Fielding. So what it is doing is, we are taking there is a resource identification through uniform resource identifiers here. What we are doing is, we are taking the web services to be available with the others by taking the targets of the interaction here. So any information you have been searched, or the any informations you have been processed, should be done by the mapping. The mapping here. So a search for engine, and then next, and then next has been formed. So we are mapping all these things into that one. So when we are mapping these things to be formed, what it is doing is, it is allowing the things to be done or to be processed. At each and every stage, it is making the things to be available here. So how it is making the things to be available here is, we need to take these things to possible. How it is taking these things to be possible? So it is following the four principles here. So the first principle here is, the resource identification should done through the uniform resource identifier. So what is this URI? URI. So the URI, what it is using here is a one type of the URL, which is going to provide you only a global addressing space of the resources only. So global addressing means it won't involve any addressing spaces into that one. Why? Because it is not including anything. Means if I am want to access any Wikipedia, what I'm going to this Google and then next other Wikipedia onto that way. So onto that hyperlinks, I am clicking on that thing. So what I am doing is I am taking several states to be processed by that one. So here this rest won't record or won't take care of the states which has been passed through that one. So it will taking only the things to be done by the here. So the URIs, what will be the URIs here is, we can make them as a bookmark or exchanged or any representations via hyperlinks here. So you will provide these things as a hyperlinks and you will make them access. So see here, so I am taking the privilege of accessing this file. So this, this web page. How I am going to access this web page here is, so see, I am getting into the service-oriented architecture here. So the service-oriented architecture has been given several hyperlinks are there, and it is providing several links and then extra images. All these things are done to me. And then next, it is also giving one Wikipedia file to that one. So what is this one? This is an hyperlink to that processing. If you see, this is the hyperlink for the processing. So for that one, I will go for the images then. I will go for images. So what these images will do is, images will also act as an hyperlinks here. How it is going to act as an hyperlinks means, simply click on this one. So it will be represented of this side. So here, when you are placing the cursor on this thing, it is been highlighted because it is a link for another page. So if you click on that link, what it is doing, it is getting to another page here. So if you are selecting any image, if you are selecting any type of that one, what it is doing, it is allowing the users to take the availing of the another web page here. So this is called the uniform resource indicator. I'm not taking the URL here. I'm not taking complete URL here. What is the indicator here? This is the indicator. So by clicking on that one, what I am doing, what I am having here is, I am having a web page which is giving some certain information about this thing. Okay. So it is having several informations to be processed like that. If you see, if I am placing this that is cursor on this image, it is not highlighting. Why it is not highlighting means, this is the destination or this is the page where it has been designed. So where it has been designed, there is no any hyperlink to be processed. There is no hyperlink to be specified here. So that is there is no other resource to be accessed to be processed with that one. That's why what it is doing, it is allowing to know, or it is allowing to access this one at this place only. Okay. So if you go for any other image also, what it is doing, in previous image, what it is doing, it is highlighting by, it has been having a link, and now it is don't have any link. What it is doing, it is providing some zoom in or the zoom out. That's all. We have been reached the destination, or we have been reached the resource thing. So that's why what it is specifying is, when we are dealing with any other processing, so we need to take care of the URIs. Simply, what is an URI means? Uniform resource identifier. So we can take any type of the representation which will act as a hyperlink for that resource. So click on any representation. What it is doing, it is taking these things to be processed, to be taking to the another page. So what this hyperlink is doing, it is initiating a URL which will leads to open this page, any page what you are requesting for. If you go for that page, if you go for the another representation, you won't make these things to be available with that one. Why? Because why it is not making these things to be available here is we have been reached to that page, and if you are having another representation feature resources, there it is highlighting that one. So here in previous example you have seen a that is in this Wikipedia you have seen a documented copy here. What is a documented copy here is, so it is allowing to know about the slide information when you are placing the cursor on that one. So it is making the description orientation. So if you go for this thing, so what is this white papers and solution brief? You come to know nothing about this thing. So they are indicating some images, or they are indicating some that is descriptions, some names are there which has not been understood by the resources. When you are keeping a means your cursor on that one, what it is doing is it is highlighting another description here. If you see, it is highlighting another description. So the description is having a textual information and also a link. If you see, textual information and also a link here. So what it is doing, it is taking how these vintage seamlessly integrates with the container will be explained in this one. So what it is doing, it is making these things to be available. What is the things it is being doing here? Understanding the architecture behind the industries, means the software based you will be allowed to know the architecture of that one. Underneath of these, what are the things he has been used, what are the load balance he has been taken, all these things analytics will be given to you. Well, and it also allowing to take to the next one. Okay, so that is the one type of the representation. Here also you are seeing the hyperlinks. In the previous example also I showed, when I am clicking on this thing, what it is doing, this one or this one. Okay, what it is doing, it is allowing to take to the page which is having the information about the software design here, and it is also having some that is links here. What it is doing, it is allowing to take these things to that representation. So what I am doing or what I am performing should not be monitored here. So what it has to do, it has to take the monitoring of giving the privilege of accessing only the resources here. So that's why what I have to do here, I need to take these resources to not to monitor my program or the monitor my thing. So that's why what it is doing, it is using URI in the place of URL. Okay, next one is the second property, what the principle what it is following is uniform constraint interface. So whenever we are dealing with the REST, that is representational state transfer, it is providing the services which is the RESTful web services. So here why it is providing such services means it is having the access of providing the data which is having a high performance, and it is providing the services to be available with us without any presentations, that is the stateless should be done here. So what are these RESTful web services, how these will be performed here? By using this HTTP standards only, or you can go for any protocol which is used to connect with the client and the server, any type of the protocol we will use. By using this one, what it is what you are doing here is we are having the resources manipulations will be there. So the resources manipulations will be fixed by different representations by using CRUD, that is a create, read, update and delete, which are such as, which are they represented as a post, get, put and delete. So we are using a resource to create by using put. We are allowing the things to be deleted by using delete, and we are allowing the things to be manipulated. What we are doing, we are taking these things to be done by the post. You want to get the data, you want to get the data from this server, you need to use this interface, or you need to take these operations, that is the get here. So what are the operations which has been performed by the REST, or the post, get, put and then delete? So these are the operations to be performed. I want to get the data, I want to retrieve the data, or retrieve the any resource, or retrieve the any state of the resource. Also what it is doing, it is taking get as that one, and I want to create a new resource, it is taking put. If you want to take any destroying or anything, what you do, you will take the delete one. And the last one is the transferring from new state to these resources, then you will take the post representations here. So coming to the next one, self-descriptive messages will be allowed. So the REST messages will be taken into an account when we are dealing with these APIs here. So here we are following the process of messaging using any parsing the message contents here. We are not allowing the messaging of these things here. So what the standard formats it is following here is the HTML, XML, JPEG, and then JSON, and MIME, plain text, PDF, JPEG. All these things will come into an account when you will give the content to that one. So the content is not as simply presentations here. So you can access for the XML page or HTML page, you can access for an image, means where what the information, what the data, how you are getting the data here is, you will give any type of the things to be processed in this one. And coming to the last one, what is the principle here? The stateless interaction. So we are taking the stateless interaction into an account. Why we here is, so this will decrease the network performance if you are specifying. By increasing these things to be done, you are allowing these things to be done. The straight transfer is not allowing. Although it is having that is advantage of not to recording your states, not to have the states information here. There are some disadvantages also. Why? Because if it is not accessing or if it is not storing your data, what you have been accessed, it have to give the informations to be done by you. So simple example here is, if I am going to the representation what I am chosen in the Google. So what is the state, and then what is the stateful and the stateless will be here is, when I am clicking on the Google, when I am placing the cursor. So if it is simply here, when I am placing the cursor, it is allowing to take the choices here. So what are these choices here? So in the previous sessions, we have seen data coloring, and the data coloring example there means in yesterday's class. In yesterday's class, I have seen this one. So I am allowing the stateless means what it is doing is, it is not recording the things what I am done. So what I have to do here, I need to process all these things to be done, to be processed here, to specify these things to be done. So here what will be the, here is I am having the things to be done here is, I am maintaining, I am allowing to take the make the history here. So why it is taking the history to be, why what is the importance of the history here is, if you are forgetting or if you are not doing any representations here, so what it is doing, it is allowing to take the privilege of accessing the previous data and allowing to make things to be done easier. If you don't means have the great memory power, what you will do, you will go for the again and searching and searching and searching, then you will have the web page, that web page. So that's why what it is doing, if you are having these stateless here is, we need to take the repetitive data. So repetitive data here is, there is no any recording will be available. What it is doing, it is to take these things to be processed, to be done repetitively. Okay, see here, this is not actual example ma, I'm showing you. When it is a stateful, it will record the things what we have done, means it will monitor all the things what we are doing. So if it is not having these data with me, so then what you will do, you need to take care of these things from the initiation. So I want to go for the initiation steps, all these things to run. If any thing, that is any thing has not been recorded, then the state has been not recorded or the previous state has been not been known, then the problem will arise, because you won't know what the previous step has been done, what the things has been performed by you. That's why what we need to do, we need to go for the stateful. Although we are having some advantages with the stateless interactions also, but what it is doing is, it is creating the repetitive data. And what we are doing here is, we need to take these URLs, URI rewriting has to be performed. We need to take these cookies, and then next all these things has to be hidden from the fields, hide these cookies. Any responses all has been there, the responses messages also has been presented. All these things will be coming to an account when we are dealing with this one. So these are the things, that is the 4 principles which has been discussed now. Apart from these, we are using the REST elements here. So the REST elements are the data elements, connectors, and the components. What are the data elements? Here are the resource identifier, representation of the metadata, and then resource metadata, all these things. So how I can get these things? How can I get these things? Means in the exact to opposite that to that one, you have the different examples where you can get these all these things to be processed. What are the connectors we are using is a client server, cache, resolver, and the tunnel. So what the tunnel you are using is, we are taking this the SSL to be available after these HTTP connect. And also we are providing the components which are the origin server, gateway, proxy, user agents, and also we are making available with these available with the Netscape providers and other things what we are chosen. And also we are making them to available by using Squid, computer graphics interface, or reverse proxy, Apache HTTPD. All these things will come into an account when we are dealing with these RESTful architecture. So here a simple example, after that I will finish. So here we are taking the REST, we are making the REST request, and it is giving the response here. How it is going to take the REST request here is, we need to take the, I'm creating a bucket name, or I am creating a new record here. To create a record, we are using the put here. So here we are using the S3. S3 means simple storage service. We are using Amazon's simple storage service interface to create a new record here. It means to store the data, I am creating a new record. So I need to provide the what are the requests I am taking. I am to want to create a record. That's why I have been used the put here, and I am maintaining. I am giving a bucket name. Why we are using the bucket name here is, we need to specify what is the object value here. So here we are used for this one. Put is used for creating a bucket, or you can say that we will set the object value or the metadata into that one. And also we need to take these ability of finding the buckets or these things. That's why we are taking the bucket name into an account. So for creating the new buckets, we will specify the bucket name there. So we are taking the HTTP 1.0 representations, that is the HTTP protocol has been taken to process that one. And it is also taking the access of authorizing, that is AWS, Amazon Web Service here, and it is providing the access key, and it is providing the header signature. In that one, I am giving the host to whom I want to connect to. That one is, the host is st.amazonaws.com. I want to connect to that host to create this service here. So to the response will be, this will be transferred to that server. The REST response will be here is, it has been created. What is the protocol I am using here is the HTTP protocol we are using here, and it is providing the representation as a 1.0 here, and it is taking 200 as a representation that it has been created. Means whatever you are requesting, that is new record, the new record has been created here. So after creating a record, it is specifying, or it is giving the information, that is uh, any response is been waiting or not, like that it is specifying. There is no any waiting in that one. So here it is providing the data as it is as okay, that it has been created, and it is giving the status as the 200 here. And it is providing the some information which is means encrypted as a key here, which is provided as a key here. And you have been requested here, so the request ID has been given as a 49E7 ended with that one. And when you are requested, this one is, this has been requested on the 15th March 2010 on that time GMT. And where this location, where it has been requested is, we will specify the bucket name there. The bucket name can be any representation there. And it is allowing the content length, because I didn't add any information to that one. So that's why the content length is 0. So the connection, what I have to keep that connection, the connection has to keep alive, because I has been created the record. I want to store the record into that one. So I need to update that one. So I can use these patch, or that is what you say, post will be used in next request. So first I am creating a space to that one. So that's why I have been raised the put request there. And then next what I am doing, I am allowing to take these things to be stored in that area. So that's why I want to keep this connection alive. So this is an example which has been used for these web service, which is the RESTful web service, which is given in this Amazon S3 interface, which is the which we will say simple storage service here. To store the data, what we need to do, we need to create a space for that using the put and also accessing all these things through an entity is providing the data. If you want to give any data or if you want to provide any query here, you will provide here. So before the host, it will give, you will give your query or your data here. So by that the content length will increase because you are requested for something. So it is in this one, what it is doing, it is instead of giving this status and okay, it will reply to you. Means I want to access one access to your any get. If it is get here, what it is doing, I want to get this one any record here, it will display the record or it will allow to access that one. So that's about the first representation, REST, and it's a systems and systems information. So you have seen the SOA and what is the REST is using for, what are the different things. REST has been involved in processing all these things and also allowing them to take the benefits of accessing stateless interaction. And you have the disadvantage also, but the main advantage here is in some representations there will be no recording will be of your states. Then it will help you to no others will take the privilege of accessing your previous handled data. And also you will overcome these disadvantages because not all people will use this stateless one. So only when they are required only will use this one. So that's about today's class. Thank you.